together in our game room, I'd like to have you meet the 5 women in my life.
Deserts silvery blue beneath the pale moonlight, coyote gathers lay beyond the hill.
We were the most beautiful family. 4 daughters, all 2 years apart. I was the youngest. You couldn't possibly, in your wildest imagination, imagine my father sneaking down to my bedroom for 13 years and turning the doorknob. It's inconceivable. My life shut down completely when I was 45. From 45 to 51, I just laid on the floor and sobbed. And the vivid memories and feelings came back. I was hospitalized, locked in a psychiatric ward. My body was in complete paralysis. I couldn't move my arms or my legs. Had no idea incest was doing this. Had no idea. I mean, who could have believed that incest would cause physical paralysis?
So Mackenzie was on her way to a television reunion, actually to the Rachel Ray show with Valerie Bertinelli and the cast of One Day at a Time when that drug arrest occurred last year. She is here to talk about the revelations in her new book. The book is called High on Arrival. Mackenzie says she's been clean now for a year since that arrest. And, you know, you often hear, you know, on television all the time, people say it's shocking or something is explosive. And in this case, I would have to say it really is. I read your book, you know, signed the agreement not to tell anybody about what was in the book. But I found it really, the word shocking is appropriate here. So let's get to the secret that you have been keeping from the public all of these years. It's on page 108. Would you read it?
Yeah. Hang on. Wow. Okay. Isn't exactly how I envisioned this going down, but
okay,
that's all right. I feel
get to it.
Vulnerable and frightened, but here we go. I woke up that night from a blackout to find myself having sex with my own father. I don't remember how it started, or thankfully how it ended. Was it the first time? Had this happened before? I didn't know, and I still don't. All I can say is that it was the first time I was aware of it. For a moment, I was in my body, in that horrible truth, and then I slid back into a blackout. Your father is supposed to protect you. Your father is supposed to protect you, not you.
So that's what I found pretty shocking, and as you all did too, pretty shocking. And that was not the first time.
I don't know. I honestly don't know, but it was sort of merciful that the moment that I came out of that blackout and looked around and realized where I was and what was happening, that I slid right back into it and awakened the next morning in my own hotel room and not with him.
So what happens the next morning after you realize that you've had sex with your father?
If you're me,
Yeah, if you're you.
I boxed it away. I started very early on in my life compartmentalizing, boxing away difficult memories, difficult experiences that I'd had. And this was the mother of all difficult experiences. And
How old were you at this particular time?
I was 17, 18, a little over 18. I mean, I wasn't a small child. But I tell you something, I mean, it was one of those things where don't look, don't look. You know, you tell yourself there's a video loop in your head of this event, this occurrence, this moment in time. And I have spent the last 31 years trying not to look at it.
One of the things we know about trauma, when children experience trauma in life, is that by definition, trauma is an overwhelming experience. It taxes the coping resources that the young child has developed. Human beings, by nature, by our biological makeup, are built with natural defense mechanisms, protective mechanisms that allow us to continue to function even in the face of overwhelming stress. One of the strongest coping resources that the young child has is called dissociation, the capacity to turn off some aspect of outside experience, to separate out aspects of experience so that they're not experienced as part of the self.
My name is Bryce Taylor, and I'm a 48-year-old native Californian. My multiple personality condition resulted from what I had first thought in 1986 was solely sexual and ritual abuse. But as I began to remember and heal more of my hidden past, I realized that ritual abuse was merely the mind control, trauma base my pedophile father and others used to condition me for participation in Project Monarch, the Central Intelligence Agency's white slavery operation. Mind control sex slaves are created by starting with a child from birth and inducing trauma, which for me was done in the form of being sexually abused and then being satanically abused. I was put through a trial of satanic rituals, which means there were blood rituals done where I was forced to witness animals and people being sacrificed. We were taken down the basement and it turned into kiddie porn where we were being filmed.
I was an FBI agent for 27.5 years. Bryce Taylor's story has been confirmed over and over again through my various sources. Judges, law enforcement, prosecutors, attorneys, doctors, and many, many prominent individuals, including actors, actresses, professional football and baseball players, are involved in these type activities.
Among them were John F. Kennedy, Lyndon Baines Johnson, Nelson Rockefeller, Henry Kissinger, Gerald Ford, Jimmy Carter, Ronald Reagan, George Bush, and top entertainment professionals such as my owner, Bob Hope. Then I was prostituted, or they would make some pornography or something. The theme of the pornography filmed by Sylvester Stallone was sex with dolphins. They filmed us over years with all sorts of animals.
so many of Hollywood's most famous actors and actresses able to be so amazingly effective and convincing in their performances?
That guy was so electrifying that it came through the television.
How is it that they can move us to laughter, tears, or anger at the drop of a hat? Are they truly gifted with natural talent, as many suggest?
You see this and you're dazzled by their talent.
Do they possess a creative streak of genius that is unknown to most men? Or unknown to most men, are they in fact possessed? Is it possible that these actors and actresses are possessed by demonic spirits who have a specific agenda to fulfill? Oscar award-winning actor Denzel Washington told 60 Minutes exactly how he brings forth his best performances.
Basically what I did was got on my knees and sort of communicated with the spirits. And when I came out, I was in charge.
Powerful scene.
Powerful scene. I couldn't have acted that. I couldn't have written that down and made a decision to play that.
The one-woman entertainment empire known as Oprah has strong affiliations with the demonic realm. The most familiar face on television says,
"You can not only use your body and physical self. This is how I see acting. I ask my body to be the carrier for the spirits of those who have come before me in a way that is most meaningful to the character. Just become the vehicle for that character."
Calling out for these entities to take her over so that she may become a sparkling puppet, Oprah admits of her work before the camera.
I tried to empty myself and let the spirit inhabit me.